YouTube should be good here. Oh wait, we don't want that. We want you. Even though, why is it dark out? It's because we're not on it. Okay. That's one source. I need to get my virtual camera up. Here's the other source. I think we're good. Okay. I think we're good. If you're on YouTube right now, I'm sorry for a quick delay. I'm just checking stream integrity. And then we will be good to go. Break that off. Okay. It's gonna be a very complicated setup today, but it's all good. That's nice. Alright guys, quick second on focusing on my posting. Ask your questions. Okay. The thumbnail is kind of funny. There is a tornado threat for. Oh wait, why did we lose the source? I remember to keep the source up. Okay. There is a tornado threat for Sunday, so it's kind of crazy. So that's good. Okay, now we have chat open, so that's good. Well, one last little thing, guys. Again, I'm just posting the YouTube live stream link to everyone. So I see there is someone in the chat, so feel free to ask a question. You'll be the first one. You have like priority access before things go crazy. So I recommend asking a question if you do have one. Because otherwise it's gonna get crazy in here, I'm telling you. I think it's gonna get pretty insane. Just pulling off an image. Come on, where is it? Where is the image? Oh, it's right here. I was like, what is going on? Okay, we're almost there. Sorry for the delay. It's just I don't get the live stream link until after I start streaming, so it's a little annoying. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to do my location. That's not what I want to do. All right, now we're good. Beautiful. Okay, now everyone has the links. Now the stories are up. Now the posts are up. Great. Now I just need my chat open. Is anyone there on YouTube? You're like early access. First at the first. It's loading. Okay. We're back. They left. That's unfortunate. Okay. Alright, so we have that live chat up, and now we are gonna go. How's it going, dude? Good to see you in chat. And yes, we're going live here on TikTok. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Let the floodgates open up to an absolutely crazy snowfall event here. Just a absolute madness. I think we'll start off with our snowfall probabilities. We'll do a quick refresh of our websites too. So we have the latest data. And if you guys are just joining in, we're having a historic snowfall event, which my mouse is getting stuck. That's a little annoying. Okay. And I do want to give some forecasts out. We're close enough, obviously, where this actual event is starting right now. And it is going to get crazy. So I'm here to answer your guys' questions. We have over 100 million people on winter weather alerts of at least some kind. And then, of course, we have the snow, and the icing threat has really just uptrended in the past just a few hours here on the short range models. I mean, you do not see this. I've never seen this before. I've been using this website probably 3 years. This is the expected amount of ice by the National Weather Service. Take a look at this. Mississippi, I mean, areas of Mississippi might lose power for weeks. 1 inch of ice solid is crazy. It's crazy. This is going to be an absolutely crazy event. I'm here to answer your guys' questions. What's it looking like for Detroit? Oh, here comes the floodgates. TikTok and YouTube. We're live on both right now. And here we go. So what's it looking like for Detroit? First of all, well, we'll switch over to our expected snowfall rates here. And Detroit is right on that edge between getting snowfall, getting not. I'm expecting between 3 and 5 inches, 3 to 5 inches there. Taylorsville, North Carolina should be preparing for a major icing event. You are kind of right in that area of icing warning and kind of winter storm warning. You should be preparing. It's going to be starting tomorrow, so you really have ran out of time. This event is starting right now. I actually have a live radar up and ready. So we have a huge, serious threat going on here, guys. Right now you're seeing the expected snowfall that is coming to the United States. Over 30 states involved in this winter storm. Over 100 million people. An incredible event that is going to impact many. So here to answer you guys' questions, put your city, state in chat. I'll try to do my best to answer as many as possible, and we're going to hop right into it. First, starting off with Columbus. Yeah, Columbus is right in that range for additional snowfall. I'll put you in the 8 to 12 inches of snow. Fairfax, Virginia, right on that area. That also is, again, pretty high up in the amount of snow. I put you in 8 to 12 inches. St. Louis. It was just a major storm. St. Louis really has uptrended into the snow here, in which I'm expecting between 8 to 12 inches as well. Got a question on YouTube. Savannah, Georgia, rain. Yeah, if you're South Georgia and Savannah, it looks like it's going to be an all-rain event as we move into this. Okay, why? Oh, it's because I'm not in RMMS. Sorry, I'm just looking at my radar right now. Okay. Again, welcome to chat. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Julia, for the roses. Cleveland, Ohio, expecting just a massive snowfall event here, 8 to 12 inches. San Antonio, again, this is starting right now. I'll actually show you the live radar. Would you guys like to see the live radar right now? Switching over to the live radar, take a look. We already have some mixed precipitation in this region here. Put it more of we already have some freezing rain and mixed precipitation starting. So the storm is really going to start ramping up hour after hour after hour. And this is really going to be a massive threat. As you can see right now, all the warning polygons, those are what's highlighted here. And it is going to be just an absolute huge event. And it's starting right now. So time has ran out. You should be sheltered in place within this area kind of right here. Because freezing rain is starting. If you don't get into your safe place, you will be stuck there as well. Atlanta, you're underneath an ice storm warning. Expect to lose power and get ready for icing event to start tomorrow afternoon into your evening hours. Be ready for a major icing event there. We'll switch over to our probabilistic snowfall. Nebraska getting anything? Yes, Nebraska is going to be getting like on the southern portion, but not a lot, like 1 to 2 inches. Really, not really. Binghamton, New York. Yes, a huge amount of snow coming to you. Expecting between 12 and 18 inches of snow. Indiana getting hit bad. Southern Indiana is going to get hit with a lot of snow. Expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow in Indiana. Expecting between 12 and 16 inches of snow in Louisville. Huge event going on. Louisiana, it's just a massive icing event. Switch over to icing. Northern Louisiana, expecting a lot of ice. We have 0.8 inches of ice coming to Monroe. That will cause power outages across the board, possibly power outages for beyond a week in these purple areas. You see these purple areas? We're talking about millions of trees getting damaged or destroyed due to the massive amount of ice, as well as losing power for a very long amount of time in this region. Okay, let's go state by state, because we're getting a lot of people here. If you guys want to go state by state, drop a follow in chat and hit that like button. That also increases your odds of getting your question answered. That's just how my chat works. It highlights your comment for me. So follow, hit that like button, guys, a few times so we can also get the word out there. I'm going to go state by state. We're going to do round robin because I don't want to jump all over the place. I'm I want to answer everyone's questions here. Over 30 states involved. Let's go state by state if you're just joining in, and then I'll do spot questions. So bear with me. We're going to go northeast into the west. First, starting off with Maine. Southern Maine, really going to be looking at a lot of snow in this. Portland, expecting between 15 and 20 inches of snow along the coast. You can see even working our way into 24 inches of snow is in that red there. That's the expectation for snowfall. Sorry to switch my chat around. And southern Maine should be ready for a huge snowfall event. Switching over to Vermont and New Hampshire, this entire snow shield has really wrapped up to the north. A very large amount of snow coming to Montclair, Concord, expecting widespread areas of plus a foot of snow. Switching down to Massachusetts into Boston, we're talking about 12 to 18 inches of snow in Boston. Basically the same kind of forecast across Boston and Massachusetts. Connecticut, Rhode Island, also pretty sound on your snowfall forecast, plus a foot expected within that region. Most of New York, and then in the higher elevations, plus 18 inches of snow in New York there. Now, we have a little bit of a tricky situation going on for New York City. If you looked at my latest forecast, I put the forecast of between 8 and 15 inches in New York City. And the main reason for that is what's called a warm nose, possibly making your snowfall some mix. So instead of getting snow, you're going to get some like sleet or some frozen pellets at the surface, which obviously doesn't stack as efficiently as snowflakes. So sometimes that can really eat away. That is a kind of an area where we're continuing to watch, but not a guarantee of seeing that type of precip. So right now, between 8 and 15 inches in New York. Philadelphia, right in that area too, where you could see sleet or snow, putting you also in 8 to 15 inches of snow. Moving over to Pennsylvania, a very huge snowstorm. I checked back, probably the biggest snowstorm in 10 years for Pennsylvania, just generally across the board. State College expecting between 12 and 18 inches of snow. Altoona, same forecast. Harrisburg, I put you in more of a 14 to 20 inches of snow. Pittsburgh, another area that is about 60% chance to see more than a foot of snow. My current range is between 8 and 12 inches of snow, being a little bit conservative there as my hometown. Cleveland, I'm expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. Columbus, 8 and 12. And Cincinnati, I put you in 10 to 15. You see, this is a snowfall forecast. Again, we were really interested in seeing how far north that rain, or excuse me, that sleet line is going to go. And then we also have major icing going. Let's keep going. Northern Virginia, lots of snow. Southern Virginia, icing. Southern West Virginia, icing. Northern Virginia, lots of snow. Up to a foot of snow in those higher elevations. Tennessee, a major icing target. Nashville, Jackson, Memphis, all these areas are capable of seeing more than a half an inch of ice. We'll switch over to ice here in a second. Indiana, expecting lots of snow in their southern portions of Indiana. Indianapolis, expecting between 8 and 12. St. Louis, expecting between 7 and 10 inches of snow. Springfield, somewhere between 8 and 12. Joplin, same thing. Kansas City, right in that edge. I put you in 4 to 7 inches of snow. Wichita, let's do 8 and 12. Oklahoma City, a big target, big winner for snowfall, between 12 and 18 inches of snow. Tulsa, a little bit less, maybe 12 to 15 inches of snow. And now I'm going to zoom out and do a little bit more questions. So that was kind of actually the last little thing is I'll pop on the icing forecast. Excuse me. Notice how we're not getting icing risk into parts of New Jersey. Make sure you guys hydrate out there. So yes, the forecast has changed a little bit here where we now have a chance of seeing icing and mixed precipitation up through the I-95 corridor. This would rapidly change the snowfall totals. That's why I'm a little suspicious of the really high-end snowfall totals for New York City right now, because if New York City changes their precip, it will basically really change your snowfall outlook. And last kind of main thing before I answer spot questions, Mississippi. I'm expecting Mississippi and western Tennessee to possibly lose power for weeks. That is because it's currently forecasted to see over 1 inch of ice, which is in the catastrophic zone for National Weather Service consideration of ice. And for a reference, the catastrophic zone is greater than 0.5 inches of ice. We're expecting 1.2 inches of ice in some of these regions. Travel will be impossible. It will be extremely bad for these areas. Okay, now with that, let me answer some of your guys' questions And getting a question first with Richmond, Virginia. Richmond, Virginia, it is expected to see significant icing right now, expecting over a half an inch of ice. It is going to be a very tough time out there, expecting widespread power outages, possibly for a few days. You should be prepared by tomorrow morning. I mean, if you have anything left to do, get out there, get it done. Do not wait until tomorrow night, because then precipitation will be coming in. I don't want you to be locked into the icing event there. You want to be earlier than the precip, because if you're in the parking lot of the grocery store and freezing rain starts, you're going to be trapped at the grocery store as well. Fort Worth, expecting Dallas-Fort Worth area, expecting a significant icing event, 0.25, greater than 0.25 inches of ice. Please, actually, the event is basically starting right now, so stay sheltered in place. I would not recommend going out on the road there. Sorry, just muting someone. Okay. As well. Metro Atlanta, underneath an ice storm warning. Expect a major icing event in that region. Right now, we've uptrended in ice. 0.5 inches of ice expected for Atlanta. It could get very dicey out there, expecting widespread power outages. How much snow for was that Atlanta? Oh, I think that was Atlantic City, that was Maryland. So in Maryland, right now we're in the area where there might be a warm nose, or might not be. What that means, there might be warm air aloft that starts to eat away at your snow totals. If you hold snow, we're talking greater than a foot. If you don't, I think right now between somewhere in the 7 to 12 inches is a pretty good conservative estimate right now. I think that's a solid one for most of. The further north you are, the more of a chance you are going to be staying all snow. However, if it does switch over, your chances will rapidly change. Little Rock, Arkansas, major icing event, catastrophic icing event, and mixed precipitation. Right now, you're kind of right in that spot of like, okay, what are we getting, ice or snow? It really could go either way still, but expect major travel impacts just across the board. It's going to be very, very tough. Yeah, again, please don't spam. There is only one me and over 300 of you. I'm going to try to get through as many people as possible. I also recommend it if you really want your question answered. I am live on YouTube right now with only 3 viewers. So if you go there, there's a lot more personalized attention. Just kind of spreading out the audiences for that. Is Shreveport going to snow? No, you're underneath an ice storm warning. Expect a major icing event. Please don't spam chat. You're going to get muted if you spam chat. All right, Wichita, Texas. Wichita Falls, expecting up to an inch of snow. That's going to be behind our icing event. So expecting some ice in Wichita Falls. About 0.1 to 0.2 inches of ice. New Jersey. New Jersey is becoming a very tricky forecast here, where you're right on that border between a sleeting event and a snowing event. If you stay all snow, we're talking about plus a foot of snow. If you do not get, if you switch over, you're going to really eat away. So I'm putting you between like the 7 and 10 inches of snow right now. It is going to be very close. These types of predictions are extremely hard to do, especially when we're talking about mile by mile basis. You should be prepared for both of them. Just because it's a very tricky forecast. It could go either way right now. It has an even chance of happening either a sleeting event or a snowing event. You're going to get at least a moderate level of snow. Now, to get that high-end amount of snow, you have to stay snow the entire time. Is a darker yellow. So the brighter yellow is 6 inches. The next color up, the darker yellow, is 8 inches. And then the orange is 12 inches. Cleveland, Ohio, expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow there. You're pretty safe from the changeover. Guys, if you would do me a favor and hit that like button down below. Looks like we're getting some people up in YouTube chat as well. LaGrange, Georgia. I'm trying to spot that right now. LaGrange, you're right outside. I think it's going to be mostly a rainfall, a tiny chance of icing. Can you look at Columbia, South Carolina? Yes, Columbia is underneath an ice storm warning. Prepare for major icing in that region due to the cold air damming within the area. Atlanta underneath an ice storm warning. Memphis underneath an ice storm. Actually, you're underneath. That was surprising. You're underneath a winter storm warning. You don't have to read all that. That is currently expecting between 3 and 5 inches of snow, and also 0.3 to 0.5 inches of ice. A major icing event. Lancaster, Ohio, expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. Moorhead, Kentucky. The entire state of Kentucky is underneath a winter storm warning right now. Current range they're putting is between, well, that's a really big range. I'd put it more of a higher end amount depending on where you are in the counties. I put you, if you're in the north, I put you between 8 and 12. Yes, guys, thank you for tapping the stream. Appreciate that. Also, if you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, we appreciate that too. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina is underneath a ice storm warning. Be prepared for a major ice storm here. And what you guys are currently looking at, you're looking at live radar, followed by all of our winter storm alerts out, including winter storm warnings and ice storm warnings. You can see a huge area underneath this. That's kind of the outside boundary. Greenwood, Mississippi. Let's see if I can spot you here. Northern Mississippi is going to see catastrophic icing. This is plus 1 inch of icing. Huge amount of problems over there. Please be prepared for that. Tennessee, mostly going to be an icing event in the southern portions of Tennessee, and then going to be having a winter storm event in the northern portions. Could see icing in both one. Basically, be prepared for both. A very tricky area. The forecast for our ice snow line is extremely tricky because of the changeover. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like, let's see if we can hit 10,000 likes real quick, guys. Again, that just helps me battle the TikTok algorithm. Thank you. All right. Switching over to Pittsburgh, PA, expecting between 8 and 12 inches in Pittsburgh. It's just an incredible snowfall event. Get ready. Like I said, the National Weather Service is a little bit more higher than me, 9 to 14. Indianapolis, we check your polygon here. Indianapolis is expecting between 8 to 12 inches of snow. Why is freezing rain considered more dangerous than sleet? That's because freezing rain is like sticky comparatively, and it's also really hard to get off roadways. Sleet, when it hits a power line, it like bounces off and then goes on the ground. But when freezing rain hits a power line, it sticks to the power line, and then it can keep sticking and sticking and growing and growing and growing, and then you just have catastrophic icing within that region. Currently, Erie has a chance of seeing 6 to 12 inches of snow. Colorado Springs, snow or ice. Looks like we're gonna get snow there. Fredericks, Virginia, expecting 8 to 12. San Antonio, expecting icing event. You currently have a winter storm warning out for ice. You have a chance of seeing greater than 0.25 inches of ice. Joplin, Missouri, very large amount of snow, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Is Florida Panhandle getting any snow? No, not from this event. However, there is a chance of Florida Panhandle snow next weekend, which is crazy. It's not really solid yet, so that's why I haven't reported on it. But yes, we have a chance to see that. How much snow in North Carolina? It's if you're in southwest North Carolina, it's more going to be an icing event. If you're northeast, you could see 3 to 5 inches again. It's going to be sleet and icing in North Carolina. Has there been any shift, or is it holding? There's a future forecast for Georgia. So icing-wise, we've stayed pretty stationary across this region for icing. Pretty major icing event guaranteed within that area. However, I can show you guys the future forecast here. A little thing that's really been changing, and it's going to possibly hurt some hopes here. Okay, good. They dropped the... So here's a future radar for Sunday night. You can see a little bit of a problem here for precip. Let me drop that. Look at this. We have a warm nose. So if we put back. So this is warm air right here. And then it's changing the precip to freezing rain. So this is warm air loft. So now you have freezing rain in Baltimore, Washington, maybe up to Philadelphia. If it stays, if you want snow, you want to stay all blue. You see blue right here. You want to stay that way the entire duration of the system. But if you do get that warm air starting to etch its way to the northeast, that's where you can start to see some problems. In changing, so you can see how close it is, right? That's why it's really hard to say New York City is guaranteed plus 12 inches of snow. If it stays snow the entire time, 100% going to see that 12 inches of snow beyond. But if you do switch over to sleet or ice, then it's a big change compared to what we just talked about. Boston, I've locked in for snowfall, expecting between 12 and 20 inches of snow in Boston. I wish we could pile up snow in Utah. Yeah, I know Utah and Colorado both have not had a lot of snow. So here's the peak of the storm. This is going to be the radar for your Saturday morning, kind of late morning. Just an incredible event. We also, just warning you guys, Sunday we have a tornado risk for this area right here. So yes, there is a tornado risk. That's correct. For Saturday. Just an incredible event. Arkansas Little Rock should be preparing for a major icing event. I mean, your time is rapidly running out. You should be done with preparations. Anything to add on a severe weather forecast? Yes, there is a severe weather chance right here. Isolated tornado risk has been slightly uptrending of lately. You can see right there, actually, look at that. We have a few supercells that kind of work their way. Oops, sorry for the movement there. That work their way onto land. That could cause some problems. So not only do we have snow, ice, we also have tornadoes, guys. That's correct. We have tornadoes. Guys, hit that like button and follow the stream if you are enjoying the forecast or want your question answered sooner. The top liker does stand out on my chat. So early guess is not accurate. You're not professional. So Frogs, how is this too early? It's literally 24 hours before the event. I'd love to hear the reasoning behind that. Because I am a student meteorologist. I know we are in range, and I can tell you a range, but I also can tell you the fail mode to your forecast, because that's kind of what we need to describe in this forecast. That's what you do when you have that ice snow line. You need to explain, like for Washington, D.C., if it stays snow the entire time, you're seeing well over a foot. That's guaranteed. But I'm telling you, there's a chance in which warm air intrudes and then you get sleet or freezing rain at the surface. That would be way narrowing down your snowfall forecast. So my official snowfall forecast for a place like Washington, D.C. is 8 to 12 inches of snow. But if it's not snow, then it's going to be way less. We're talking about like 1 to 3 inches of snow, because it's all going to melt or it's going to be impacted by the sleet. So it really depends on how things go. Rage bait, yeah. I don't know if we can't forecast snow 24 hours in an event. When can we forecast snow is my question. Columbus, Ohio, talking about between 10 and 14 inches of snow. Color code, yes. So here is blue. This is snowfall. Then we have freezing rain and kind of this reddish color right here. And then we have green. That's our rain, just normal rain. So that's kind of our setup here. And then you have the storm motion along this line. There we go. Corsville, Oregon, not getting involved in the snowstorm. Huntsville, Alabama. You actually have a tornado risk. Let's see if you're in that region. Actually, you're a little far north, but I'd be weather aware for icing in your region. Right now, the RRFS is putting you right on that line between rain and icing at the surface. If you get enough cold air to sit the surface, then you're talking about some major problems. What's Dodge, Kansas going to be doing? Definitely some snow there. I'm putting you in like 3 to 6 inches of snow. Lexington, Kentucky, a huge amount of snow, expecting between 14 and 20 inches of snow in Lexington. Hobbs, New Mexico. Oh, yeah, I can see some snow. You're currently underneath a winter storm warning. Expect 3 to 6 inches of snow. Just a major snowfall event. I mean, this is something that you don't see very often. It is insane. An insane snowfall event. How bad do you think Pittsburgh will get? I'm currently putting the range for Pittsburgh 8 to 12 inches of snow with a chance of seeing more than that. I feel pretty confident about 8 to 12. Brookhaven, Georgia. You actually, let's see where exactly you are. Let's see, if you have questions, guys, if you don't mind, just put your state. Let's just do states right now. I guess, actually, we can do state and city, but if it's not well-known city, if you can do a region as well. But Georgia, just generally, you have the freezing rain risk in that pink and reddish color, like Athens, Atlanta, northeast Georgia. And you have a severe weather threat for down in the deep south of Georgia. Crazy event. West Tennessee is going to see freezing rain during possibly this entire event. It's going to be very impactful. It's going to be starting relatively soon here. You should be prepared to go as well. Let me switch our runs up. There we go. Okay. So there's kind of the more updated look. Very, very mature storm just within 48 hours. So if we move forward about 2 days from right now, the future radar is going to look like this. An incredible storm. Seattle, Washington, not going to get involved in this storm. Louisiana police, sir, yes, northern Louisiana should be prepared for one of the worst ice storms in the history of the state. You should be ready to go. and is you possibly lose power for days. Reading, Pennsylvania, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Houston, right now you're like underneath a winter storm warning, I believe. You have a chance for icing. If enough warm air can help you out, then you'll avoid the icing. If you don't, you'll have major problems with icing there. New York. Right now I'm giving you between 10 and 16 inches of snow in New York with an asterisk. There is a fail mode on your forecast in which if you get enough warm air, which is actually this is the latest model, if you get enough warm air, you see how instead of blue underneath you, it's purple and red. That would be sleet and freezing rain, and that would eat away at your snowfall totals. That's a fail mode here, as warm air has been slightly trending to move up to the north. Again, it is really close if you get enough cold air where you can stay in snow the entire time. We're talking about a huge amount of snow. If it does fail to stay snow, then it's going to really change. I mean, this storm has really trended north across the entire lifespan. This is not really too surprising. I was actually we've been live streaming the storm for days, and I've been feeling the northward trend. I didn't think it would go this far north, but as the storm is doing, it is trending north, and it could really eat away at snowfall impacts. Cincinnati expecting, well, let's see here. Yeah, Cincinnati expected to be all snow. I put you in the 10 to 16 inches of snow. Harrisburg, PA. Right now, you're right on that border too. Expecting between 10 and 16 inches of snow as well. We're going to give that. Detroit, not too much snow. I don't know how much you're going to get in an actual snow shield here. I put you in 3 to 6 inches of snow. Memphis, expect a major icing event. 0.5 to 1 inch of ice. A really bad icing event. Rhode Island, should be prepared for 12 to 18 inches of snow there. Pittsburgh, hometown. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really close to Pittsburgh. My current forecast for Pittsburgh is 8 to 12 inches of snow. Tulsa, one of the largest areas for snow out of this entire thing. I'm expecting between 14 to 20 inches of snow in Tulsa. Wichita, you're going to be close. You're going to be close to getting involved in a storm. A little bit of dry air. I put you 3 to 6 inches of snow, at least right now. Thank you guys for the support. We've almost got 15,000 likes. To see if we can get there. Also, we were really close to a oh yeah, we already got it. 68,000. Thank you for 68,000 followers. I think we hit that this stream, so thank you guys for doing that. We're getting really close to 70,000 followers, so if you want to join the rainy day with your family, we only need 2,000 more of you to join. Please join the family, and I really appreciate your support. I'm going to keep answering questions for a marathon stream here. We're going to be streaming for a while. Actually, might hop and go get some caffeine in a second. I might go run for like a minute. But I'm gonna probably do like a couple more questions, and then I might run and get some caffeine. It's just I'm slightly straining, but I want to be live for a long time and answer a lot of questions. So put those questions down in chat. Let's discuss this. I'll walk you through each step of the way of possibly the most major winter storm in a really long time. Will there be any ice today? Not today. I'm expecting first conditions to start to deteriorate in just Pennsylvania in general, Saturday evening to Sunday morning. So you still got some time. You still have all of tomorrow before we get first impacts, but you don't want to wait for time here. St. Louis, someone say 7 to 10. Yeah, I mean 7 to 10 is a pretty good one. I might bump it up a little bit more. I put you like 8 to 12. Frankfurt, 16 temp for now. Afternoon was 45. I don't know what that was even supposed to reference. Ice in Augusta. Which state is that again? Oh my gosh, my brain is like not working. I definitely need to go get some caffeine. I might run and get some caffeine, guys. Is everyone fine if I walk away for like a minute? Can you entertain yourselves with my chair in the background if I go get some caffeine? It will pay dividends. Put yes in chat if you're fine. Someone said no. That's messed up. You're not letting me leave. I need caffeine. Looks like I think Georgia. Okay, some people are saying yes. Okay, how about you guys? Oh, let's think of something fun to do. Someone said no, I can't. Let's think of something fun to do. Well, I'll put the future forecast so it's moving. Let's see. So let's see how fast I can do this, and then I'm gonna grab this. I'm just grabbing my wallet. And I guess my phone, just so I don't get locked out of my apartment. Okay. Who wants to be in charge, actually? I need to set someone in charge so the stream doesn't go crazy. Who wants to be in charge? Well, I'm going to be gone for 2 minutes. I'm just going to run downstairs and get some caffeine. How much for Long Island? Okay, first person who said they want to be in charge, I'm putting It's Jay in charge. Okay, you have to listen to them. It's Jay. I'm trusting you, okay? If the viewership drops or someone gets kidnapped, I'm blaming you. So please watch out for the chat and help people out who join in. Like, what is going on? Let them know what's going on as you're watching my chair. I think the chair's in view, right? Like barely. Oh no, it's not. Well, you get a nice view of just my room. So I'll be really right back. And Justin Paul, I didn't see first. I got at my side. I got It's Jay. So It's Jay again, guys. You all have to listen to It's Jay. Okay, Jay. Okay, you watch the stream. I'm trusting you. I'll be right back, guys. Literally like 2 minutes. Okay. My laptop is like so warm. Okay, well, we only lost 30 viewers. That's actually not bad. So thank you, It's Jay. Did anything go crazy? Did It's Jay do a good job? Sorry for the delay. I pressed the wrong button on the vending machine, and then I had to wait there until it canceled. So I'm back. We just cracked this caffeine up. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's resume our questions. I'm back alive. And it's currently 1 a.m., but, like, who cares? This is not hitting California, I can tell you. So Long Island's an interesting place to forecast there, Maddie. The main reason is we've trended a little bit more on the warm air side of things for Long Island. So if things do not stay cold enough, you will really vastly eat into your snow totals. So instead of that 18 inches of snow, which really was looking favorable, we're talking about more of a 10 to 8 inch event. So that's why I'm 8 to 12 inches of snow. Yes, I'm currently studying abroad, Justin, in Madrid, so that's why it's 1 a.m. for me. Maddie said the numbers keep going up and down. Well, I can tell you why they're going down right now. It's because, I can freeze it for you here. A little bit of a zoom in here. Look at that purple precipitation. That's mixed precipitation because of warmer air at the surface and aloft. Excuse me. So that will cause some issues predicting your snowfall. But if you stay all snow, right now it's really hard to say. I think most likely I'm putting between 8 and 15 inches of snow. That higher end is if you stay all snow. Yeah, 8 and 12 is still a lot. That's the point. It doesn't. It's really going to be stopping it all. So congratulations. And was that Circleville, Ohio? Circleville, Ohio. I'm putting you between 10 and 15 inches of snow there. Atlanta has been uptrending in ice potential. Actually, the cold air damming is looking more strong there, and warmer air is looking to go more north. This is like multiple layers of things. So cold air at the surface for Atlanta is looking more likely. Cold air at the surface for places like Washington, Richmond, Philadelphia, DMV, across the I-95 corridor is high confidence. However, what's called warm air overriding, so when warm air starts to slide above the cold air into the upper atmosphere, that's where you get the mixed precipitation or freezing rain, depending how big that column is. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a three-dimensional atmosphere here that is very tricky to forecast. That's why this forecast is going to have a lot of losers but a lot of winners for snowfall as well. Thank you, Maddie, for the follow. Appreciate that. Guys, we're getting really close to 100 new followers this stream. Come join the Rainy Day Weather family. Where are you? Yeah, someone else asked on YouTube. I'm currently in Madrid studying abroad. North Carolina, 45 minutes south of Boone. You should be ready for a major icing event. Expect possibly power outages in there for possibly long durations. San Antonio, currently underneath a... Oh, are you underneath the ice storm warning or not? Let me check. Let's throw on our warning polygons. Prepare for that. San Antonio is underneath a winter storm warning. Expect icing problems tomorrow. Do I still have a chance to get upper numbers? Yes, I think Long Island still has a chance of seeing upper numbers just because this forecast could trend south again as well. Out of curiosity, Little Rock, Arkansas, a catastrophic icing event is coming to Little Rock. We're talking about 0.5 to 1 inch of ice. The best case scenario for you, Little Rock, is if you avoid the ice and you stay in sleet, but you're right on that edge. So if you don't get enough cold air aloft, it's going to be rain and then it's going to freeze on contact. A very dangerous setup. North Virginia, snow tomorrow. I think tomorrow night is when you start up. Now, be ready for possible icing now in North Virginia. I mean, you see how we have icing now projected by the latest RRFS. So it really could shake up the forecast for a lot of people. What warning is in effect for Wexford, PA? You have a winter storm warning for snowfall. Your chances of snow, or your goalposts for snow are 9 to 14 inches of snow in Wexford. That's getting a little bit close to home for me. When does Long Island snow start? Long Island snow starts at Sunday at like 8 or 7 a.m. Who do you think is getting the worst out of all this? Justin. Oh, that's an easy one to answer. We're going to switch over to ice. It's northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, and northern Louisiana. I cannot stress how devastating the impacts will be here. And we're talking about power outages for possibly weeks. We're talking about 30 to 15% of all vegetation, all trees possibly taking extreme damage or dying. And I'm not even exaggerating on this. If you look up what look at storms that have produced 1 inch of ice. It looks like a hurricane went through. Category 1, Category 2 hurricane damage to infrastructure and to trees and power lines. I mean, if you think every power line in the state that's above ground is at risk of failure, it's just going. If you pointed anything on this winter storm, what is the worst of the worst? It is 100% your icing forecast year. And that's why we're so concerned about many of these states in extreme icing. And you see even the icing is trending up to the northeast. So even if you avoid, like, let's say you're like, oh, well, I want no impacts, but so you're Washington, D.C. Well, I was going to get snow, but now I'm going to get ice. It's going to be even worse. You don't want ice. Ice causes power outages a lot more often than even extreme snowfall. Who's getting the worst snow? I think the Goldilocks zone is going to be in the northeast and the higher elevations, with another bullseye in like the OKC region, Oklahoma City, southern Missouri, and then kind of Kentucky. Pretty evenly spread out, but like the jackpot is going to be in higher elevations in like New York and Portland and like Oregon, or not Oregon, Maine. How bad in South Pennsylvania? A lot of snow is coming, with a tiny chance of possibly switching over to sleet or ice. If that does happen, that will eat into your snow totals. However, it will, you'll still have impacts. Okay, I'm like gonna reduce the amount of things on the screen. It's a little overwhelming, isn't it? We'll switch down the cities too. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Got the future forecast on your radar there. What's Kansas City gonna get? I want to say, I think a pretty good amount. Let me just check again because I'm blanking on it for some reason. Kansas City, I'm putting 3 to 6 inches of snow in Kansas City. Pittsburgh, high and low end. Pittsburgh, still feeling pretty confident staying snow the entire time in Pittsburgh. I'm putting you between 8 and 12, I think, is a most solid goalpost with a higher chance, the higher totals, I think maximum around the 14 to 15 inch mark. Boston is 100% getting a lot of snow, yes. They're definitely going to stay safe from our rain-snow line. Ice line, I should say. Rain, or like a snow ice line. Is there a chance for Philly to get more snow than what's predicted? Not really. I'm actually getting a little curious about possible snow or ice at the surface. So be ready for that. Max for Long Island, I think 16 inches of snow. That's if you stay snow the entire time and get some heavy banding as well. Guys, we're getting really close to 20,000 likes. To see if you guys are able to help me out and do that. That'd be really helpful. Again, help me battle the TikTok algorithm. Help other people get in here so we can alert them. I mean, there's not much more time to be had, but if people are still out there in like Arkansas and northern Mississippi and they haven't prepared yet for a catastrophic ice storm, I mean, they need to prepare. Some of these areas you can see 1.4 inches of ice. I just saw 1.2. That is catastrophic icing. We're talking about power outages for possibly weeks. Extremely dangerous. Jackson, Maryland, you have a chance of switching over to freezing rain or ice later in your event. Right now I'm putting, if you stay snow the entire time, 8 to 12 beyond. Right now I'm kind of leaning towards eating away at your snow totals and also bringing in a caveat of a freezing rain risk. So that means you're going to get like 6 inches of snow, and then you're going to switch over to rain, but it's still going to be like 28 degrees at the surface. So the rain's going to fall. It's going to fall onto your snow, and then it's also going to fall onto whatever has been plowed, and it's going to immediately freeze. So extremely dangerous combination of what's going to be happening here. Gifting suspended. I don't know why. The live keeps banning me from gifting, so I don't really know why it's been doing that. Yeah. I keep appealing it, but it keeps reject, or like the appeal goes through, and then it does ban me. So I don't really know. Yeah, it's just been a pretty big problem, but it is what it is. What software are you using? I'm using an app called Weatherfront. I actually have a premium link. That's free for everyone. So would you guys like a free premium link? It's a free month of premium. The app is actually free. The free app is really good, but I do have a premium link. Let me see if I can put it in chat. One moment. So I'm going to throw it to my my email here in a second. Okay. Yes. Okay. Seeing a lot of people who want the link. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna throw the link in chat. Hopefully, you also can get it from me at my Discord. That's linked in the link tree. I should really put this link on my link tree. That's something I should do. I gotta remind myself to do that. Okay. 1 second, guys. We're almost there. Just getting. Oh, almost knocked over my drink. That would have been bad. Not on my laptop. Okay, there we go. Copy link. Okay, there we go. Link is in chat. Let me know if you guys see it, because sometimes TikTok can shadow ban links. I think TikTok is trying to ban it. 1 second. Oh, you guys see it? Let me know if you see the link or not. I don't, because it's not letting me pin it, but okay, yes, cool. Well, there's a link. That's a free month of premium. Let me see if I put like a message with it under review. Not approved. Okay, whatever. There's the link. You can forecast like a pro, like I'm currently doing. And there we go. Okay, we're back up. Sorry for the quick, brief stop there. I'll keep that on my clipboard. I really should write that down on my notepad. So let me just. And oops. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Now we're good. All right, Wyoming, please. I don't think Wyoming's going to get involved in this. You have dangerous cold temperatures, though, coming through your region right now in Wyoming. Prepare for, I mean, you're already in it, so really avoid time outside unless you are well equipped. Okay. How does New York City look? You're right on that border between a sleet event and a snowfall event. This is really up northward trended overall, so you should be prepared for both outcomes. If you stay snow the entire time, we're talking about plus 12 to 16 inches of snow. If you go into sleet mode, you're probably going to get between 6 and 8 inches of snow, and then switch over to sleet. Right now, it's really close. So it could change. That's why I can't really give you a really solid forecast. Any good local meteorologist should be aware of this chance and explain both of them as well. What was the other website I'm using? Those are the free websites, the National Weather Service Precipitation Portal, if you look that up. Someone's just saying O, or are they saying Ohio? I don't really know. You're saying a lot, so I'm going to mute you. All right. Mississippi, northern Mississippi. Oh, man. If you put any state, in my opinion, that has the chance to see the worst impacts of all, it is Mississippi. And the one word I have for you is ice. 1+ inch of ice is expected in Mississippi. This will be enough to take out power for possibly weeks. If you think of all the trees, all the power lines that are above ground, we're talking about a very recent study that's been studying extreme icing events. I read some scientific papers to get knowledge on this so I could share it with you guys. A recent scientific study found that between 15 and 30% of trees and vegetation get destroyed or killed during a 1+ inch icing event. We're talking about an area that's going to kind of look like a hurricane went through. And this is not an exaggeration. This is an extremely rare icing event, long-term event with 1.25 inches plus possible. It does not get much worse than this in northern Mississippi. And this kind of corridor here is really close to Memphis too. So Memphis is really on high alert, because if you go a little bit north and it trends to the north, then we're talking about even more problems, right? So Mississippi is the highest impacts out of everyone. Question for Ohio. Here is your snow chances in Ohio right now. With that general area seeing 8 to 12 inches of snow. Louisville is definitely a little bit higher. Southern and eastern Ohio a little bit higher. Maybe eastern Ohio towards Pittsburgh. That's more of 12 to 15 inch range. North Carolina, massive icing event coming into North Carolina, especially the western portions of North Carolina. Central New Jersey, right now a battle zone between extreme snowfall or maybe some sleet. If sleet mixes in, that's really going to eat away at your snow totals. This is also for New York City, so you can listen up on this. Right now, best forecast I have for New Jersey is between 8 and 12 inches of snow. If you stay all snow, I think we could see a lot more than that. If you work your way into sleet, then you can start really eating away at snow totals. So if you get sleet, I see 6 to 8 inches of snow. If you get mostly snow, then we're working towards a foot. If you get all snow, plus 12 to 16 inches of snow. Delaware, very similar situation. Of course, the further south you are, the more likely you are to see sleet and freezing rain. What? See, I heard South Jersey's getting more. No, that's incorrect. Northern Jersey's more. Someone said nobody cares. Well, Cookie Man, I have something to tell you. 1 inch of ice will be knocking out power for weeks for people. So come back in like 2 days when we see photos and videos come out of northern Mississippi. I'm very nervous about this area because it is a lot of people, I mean, a lot of towns, and maybe even Memphis is going to be involved in this, a very large icing event. I like to say we bring up historical context when we're dealing with this type of stuff. Someone says, I'm a caveman. Okay, that's what your response is. You're a caveman. Well, yeah. Well, we just were talking about someone's from Memphis, so I'll give you a little bit of forecast in Memphis. Memphis, I'm expecting a major icing event, which could turn to catastrophic if this trends a little bit more further north. You can see just south of east of you, over an inch of ice expected, and that it will be very, very tough to deal with. We're talking about possibly millions of people without power if this ice shifts more. Right now, you're projected to see plus 0.25 inches of ice. You currently have an ice storm warning just to the southeast. I do believe you're underneath a winter storm warning. 53 years, and you've had ice storms. Have you had 1 inch of ice before? I highly doubt it. If you never had an issue with an ice storm, and you this just, yeah, I don't think so. This is the real deal. What does the bright red mean? That's plus 0.25 inches of snow. You can have that opinion, but I would like you to come back on our next stream, during the stream, when we see those power outages start to rapidly tick up during the day. It will just be immense. This is not fear-mongering, no. If people don't prepare for this ice storm and they get trapped and they don't have medications, they don't have food, they don't have water, and you say they don't need to prepare, then it's on you. That's why we take such an aggressive hold on this forecast here, is because if people who are vulnerable or don't prepare to be trapped in their house for possibly days or lose power, it's gonna be lose power and it's gonna be very cold. If they don't prepare, it could be deadly. That's why you can have your opinion. It's not gonna be anything. This storm is pretty significant. So whatever. Yeah, it is what it is, but in a position of where we have millions of people, I believe we've had 10 million people over the course of just the past 3 days tune in. We have to tell them the truth and what we're expecting, and we have to use history and analysis to give them exactly what the data is showing. We keep it pretty honest here, guys. So hopefully you appreciate that. We're almost at 20,000 likes. You guys said it was going to be 20 inches of snow a week ago. So, real, if you listen to someone who said it was going to be 20 inches of snow, I've never said it's going to be 20 inches of snow in Texas anytime. So, you can't just say you guys. You can't put us all in one box as meteorologists. That's not fair. So, I won't stand for that kind of blaming me for a 20-inch snowfall forecast in Texas, because that is not something I said. Northern Virginia. I think you're going to start as mostly snow here and then switch over possibly to sleet or freezing rain on the tail end of your storm. If it starts freezing rain or sleeting, it's going to start eating away at your snow totals. Is Philly good? Philly's going to get either, I think you're going to start off mostly snow in Philly. You might stay with snow the entire time, but if you do switch over from snow, you're going to maybe switch into some icing or some sleeting. A pretty high impact event expected there, no matter what happens. What does red area mean? Great question. That's our freezing rain zone. Honestly, it's a little bit further north than what's currently forecasted, so kind of take it with a grain of salt. How many inches in South Jersey? I'm expecting between 8 and 12 right now with the chance of switching over. Please don't spam chat, guys. Please don't spam chat. Chat's pretty chill right now, so there's no reason really to spam. Also live on YouTube right now underneath the same handle. There's only 6 viewers over there, so if you really want your question answered as fast as possible, do recommend heading over there. The only reason I say that is so we can spread out the crowds, as well as I'm trying to grow the YouTube, so. Also, we are 105 days away from the official rainy day weather chase, storm chase session in the Central Plains. So follow for that and follow for more updates. Again, I just put out the ice and snow update about 30 minutes, probably actually an hour ago, before we went live. So those are out, and I'm going to continue to update you guys. Also, I'll be doing live streams during the event with cameras across the country, so we can see who's seeing impacts, what's going on, and also live power outages updates. as we continue to track this storm. Raleigh, North Carolina, snow or just ice? Mostly just ice. Louisiana, northern Louisiana, a very dangerous ice storm coming. When is the snow supposed to start in central Ohio? Well, here's the current forecast that's going on. You can see we start snow Saturday evening, pretty late at night for central Ohio. North Georgia, expecting ice. You do have ice storm warnings out there. What is green? That's just rain. This one, your local tornado chase responded right when I said storm chase. That's kind of funny. South Carolina, major icing event. So she interior South Carolina. Now the red is freezing rain. All right, seeing some people jump over to YouTube. What about Delaware? I think you're mostly going to stay at snow until later in the event, which you could switch over to freezing rain or mix. So be prepared for at least a good chunk of snow to fall, then a possibility to transfer over precipitation styles. Is Nashville going to be good? No, Nashville's underneath an ice. Actually, are you underneath an ice storm warning? Let me just quickly throw on our warning boxes so I can make sure I get it correct. You're currently underneath a winter storm warning. You're basically surrounded by ice storm warnings. And the main reason for that is icing and some snowfall. Central Georgia. If you're south of Atlanta, if you're like 50 miles south of Atlanta, I think you're going to be avoiding most of the ice. Still be prepared for possibly icing in Central Georgia. And there also is would you guys like to see the tornado threat for Sunday? There is a tornado threat. I know this might be a little crazy to say, but yes, there is currently. Wait, no, let me go to Outlooks. I'm not hitting the right thing. There we go. Mesoscale discussion. Oh, no. One more one. There we go. Convective outlooks. And here is the actual tornado risk. We'll do a little bit of a zoomed in look. So this is Sunday. An active tornado risk for places of Tallahassee, Pensacola, Panama City, Columbus. That's going to be Columbus, Georgia, and Alabama. And keep that in mind as we have snow, freezing rain, and now tornadoes. And that's just absolutely insane, right? That is crazy. Absolutely insane. Oops, that's not how I wanted to go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Keep up those questions, guys. Again, leave a like. We're only one follower away from 90 new followers this stream. Come join the Rainy Day with the family. Also, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. On our way to 1,500 subscribers. I have to switch my brain to think about it. What does Kansas City look like overnight tonight? Well, coverage of snowfall is really going to rapidly increase across the region in Kansas City, so expect that. How bad is an inch of ice? Extremely bad. We're talking about almost everyone in the area with 1 inch of ice losing power with above ground power lines. And we're talking about power being out for possibly weeks. Main reason I say that is because not only do you have to deal with the power lines being down, but possibly thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of trees being damaged or destroyed by the extreme amount of ice. Pennsylvania, most of Pennsylvania pretty solid on snow chances. East Pennsylvania is starting to look at a possible mixing event. Here is your current forecast. You can see most of the forecast showing well over a foot of snow. So there you go. Is the red section the worst? Yeah. Also, we just refreshed our snowfall forecast. There you go. How many inches in Delaware? Right now I'm expecting between 8 and 12 inches, switching over to sleet and ice at the end of the event. So get out there and enjoy the snow while it's there, because it could be changing forms if it does freezing rain. Yes, North Carolina, lots of ice. Here's the ice as well, guys. Over 30 states currently involved in this winter storm. Okay, I know I just did this, but we are now 4 followers away from 100 new followers. So come join the Rainy Day with our family, guys, right now, as we are on our way to 70,000 followers. 70,000. What about South Central PA? Very big bullseye for snowfall. Expect between 14 and 20 inches of snow. And thank you guys for doing that. We just got over 100 new followers. Appreciate that. As DJ said, I got you, playa. That's funny. I like comments that have I do appreciate you guys asking for your locations, but those comments with I can see that pop up with random personality. That's fun. You think my flight will be canceled Monday from Syracuse to Orlando? What time is it? And in Syracuse, possibly. Syracuse has a really good runway cleaning crew, though. What about Kansas City overnight? I think we did that. That's going to get more snowfall coverage. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right on that area where I think we might change over to sleet. I'm expecting between 10 and 15 inches of snow. How many storms has this occurred like this magnitude? Well, icing wise, there's kind of two components. Icing wise is extremely rare. This hasn't really happened in the past 5 years, at least this kind of widespread. And then you have widespread general moderate icing, and then you have kind of widespread extreme icing, plus 1 inch of icing. So that doesn't happen very often. And then snowfall wise, I mean, you can be your own judge, but this amount of widespread plus 8 inches of snow is extremely rare, especially in just the last 10 years. We really haven't had a storm like this in a while. Is San Antonio, Texas freezing? Yes, we could be seeing freezing rain there. Ohio is bracing for snow and extreme cold. What's the ice outlook? Ohio really, I don't think is getting involved in the ice. If you look at the latest model runs here, it is getting close to the southern border. But right now, still not really confident on any ice making it into Ohio, which you do not want the ice, trust me. Asheville, North Carolina, central ice. Yes, Asheville, North Carolina. Currently forecast to get 0.25 to 0.5 inches of ice. Spring Hill, Tennessee, what are we thinking, snow or ice? I mean, most of the predictions have been pretty icy across most of Tennessee, so I'm going to be leaning towards ice. Long Island here. How's it going in Long Island? Expect a lot of snow with a possible changeover to freezing rain or mix by your kind of end of the event. Please don't spam chat. How about Beaver, PA? A lot of snow. Expecting between 9 and 14 inches. Also, if you're person's from Swansboro in YouTube chat, what state is that? Dingman's Ferry, PA. Is that eastern or western PA? St. Louis, expecting a decent amount of snow out of this event. Right now, you're right on that gradient. I'll put you between 7 and 10 inches of snow. Thank you for addressing everyone. Thank you for the kind words, Abby. Appreciate that. Helps me keep going, especially. So I said this earlier, but I'm studying abroad in Madrid. I'm a student meteorologist. I'm currently getting experience being in Europe. If you didn't know, it's currently 1 a.m. These past 4 days have obviously been one of the busiest weather days of my life, but honestly, it's been such a blessing as well, because we've had rainy day weather has reached over 10 million people in the past 3 days. But I've put probably 50 hours so far into this just in the past 4 days. So thank you guys for the support. All those likes and follows directly go to support me getting into my mission of I'm like solving a TikTok CAPTCHA right now while I'm saying this, so sorry if it's like just shoveled. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Don't worry. I missed it a few times, but I'm not a robot, I swear. But yeah, thank you for the support. It directly helps me so much, and we're going to continue answering questions. I was expecting to do a marathon stream tonight, basically sleep, and then probably sleep until like 2 p.m. my time, and then get ready for a during event live stream. We're going to have cameras across the country, so follow for that. Cameras across the country, live updates, where we're going to have, I have call out from my previous streams, but if you join my Discord server, which is in the link in my bio, press the link tree, go to the Discord server. You can sign up to be a field reporter for me, which all I like kind of say is you tell me what's happening at the surface. Like, is it raining? Is it snowing? Is it sleeting? Which honestly is a huge help because the radar can't really see everything. And then also you can send in videos and photos for a chance to be favored. Malone with an interesting question asking, do they teach you cloud seeding and weather modification in school? So that's a great question. I've actually done some reading as I've been in the research field. I was doing an internship in research for weather and meteorology. We do talk about it, but the big thing is weather modification doesn't really do much. If you look at the readings, look at the papers, it really doesn't do anything. And lots of people who think it actually does, it is a miscommunication or a misunderstanding on how things work with the general basics of the atmosphere. So especially with everyone thinking like cloud seeding with all the the planes. The funny thing is, because of the moisture aloft, that's why contrails are so much more likely during the right before these events. So everyone's going crazy because all the planes are creating contrails. Meanwhile, that's just normal. Like, you think of the thermodynamics. What happens when you heat up cold air that has a lot of water in it? It vaporizes. So it is craziness. Honestly, the people have been absolutely bonkers on I think some of them are bots, but I think some of them are real, who think we've been basically cooking up this winter storm, which is insane because these are physical models. These models use mathematics to calculate how much snow is falling. So It doesn't even make any sense. Okay, that's enough for my soapbox. Bro just said, yeah, I'm muting you for 5 seconds for that, for saying yap yap, okay? I have a lot of reserved feelings for that. Okay, I got like 10 comments for Swansboro, Georgia. Expecting some ice in that area. Should be prepared for some ice. Southern or Georgia should be prepared for a tornado threat on Sunday. Northeast PA expecting between 14 and 20 inches of snow. Chattanooga expecting some icing within that region. Should be prepared for that. Northern Maryland, mostly snow, might switch over to ice. Yap yap is crazy. Thank you for answering your question. Yeah, of course. Like some meteorologists won't touch it or won't speak about it, but I'll speak about it here. I'll talk about it because there has been attempts. That's the true thing is there has been attempts to make cloud. The funny thing is it's not even make weather happen because you can't really do that. It's make clouds drop more rainfall during a rainfall event, but it's basically been proven that it barely works. Just think how big clouds are anyways. How bad is it going to be? You're going to have to be more specific on location. Any bad icing for Southern Virginia, West Virginia? How bad will snow also be? Trending uptrends for bad icing in West Virginia. If you take a look at the latest models, you can see 0.3, 0.5 inches of ice. That would be pretty bad. That'd be starting to work into widespread power outages. You should be starting to get prepared for that. Someone's asking, can you describe the colors? Well, currently what you're seeing right here, you can see my little thing was showing the amounts. So our light blue, that's 0.1. Our next blue up is 1. Our next blue up, our darker, kind of getting darker blue is 2. Our really dark blue is 4. And then our first yellow is 6 inches. Then our deeper yellow is 8 inches. Our first orange is 12 inches. And then red is 18 inches. So just for reference on this key here. No, I'm sorry the key's off the chat or off the side, but that's kind of the actual setup there. Who's getting the most amount of snow? Right now, National Weather Service wants to put it in the higher elevations of New York, plus 20 inches of snow. Will New York schools be closed? I think if they struggle to clear, I think they will, honestly. Just because you're going to have a lot of snow to clear. This will end like Sunday night, so I think schools will probably be closed on Monday. Dark orange is plus 12, plus a foot. Oklahoma, another bullseye for snowfall. Here you go. Oklahoma City expecting between 12 and 18 inches of snow. How much snow is San Angelo getting? Where's San Angelo again? Oh, okay. Right now, the latest amounts is 1 to 2 inches of snow, mostly icing. I do believe that snow's going to be in the back end of the storm here. You appreciate. Oh, we're almost at 25,000 likes, guys. Who's the fastest liker of the chat? Anyone have fast fingers? Like you played those clicker games as a kid? Anyone play those? Like I grew up in a perfect time where like the mobile games and like my iPod, where you like had all like those clicker games. I think my favorite great game growing up was probably the frog game. Anyone else play that game? How much for New York City? Right now, New York City has a chance of switching over to sleep. I'm putting the best chance of 8 to 12 with a chance of seeing higher if you stay all snow. Why can't I send gifts? Unfortunately, my gifts have been disabled for like no reason. So that's annoying. Someone said, please answer with a crying emoji. Springfield, Massachusetts. Expecting a lot of snow there, between 15 and 20 inches of snow. Will Austin get snow or just ice? So I think we're going to be mostly ice. And then on the back end of the storm, so there's going to be like the cold air behind it. I think you could get some snow up to an inch, but mostly ice. Oh, yeah. Well, he said the New York City said that school's going to be open. Oh, that's the big thing. I think they're going to do virtual school. So unfortunately, they're killing the snow day in New York City, which you can have your own opinions about. I mean, me personally, as someone who was in high school like 3 years ago, I do think some snow days should be given because like it's a special feeling. How a quick emergency poll, okay? If you think snow days, so this means like no virtual instruction. Do you think snow days should be at least some snow days? Put yes. If you think no snow days, put no. I'm doing a quick poll. Do you think snow days should exist, or you don't think so? I'll answer your question in the meantime while you guys are responding. North Carolina expecting major snow or icing event. Corvallis, Oregon. Seeing a mixed. Actually, I'm pretty surprised at mixed results. Looks like mostly yes. Oregon's not gonna be involved in the snowstorm. I can give you a forecast if you want. It is by South Carolina. Oh yeah, you should be expecting major icing in Swansboro, Georgia. Are we getting snow in Louisiana? A little bit on the back end. And Louisiana's gonna get major icing. How much is Tyler, Texas getting? I cannot remember what that is. I do remember hearing Tyler, Texas at some point. I definitely forecasted for there. Ooh, can you give me like, where's Tyler, Texas? Oh, right here, spotted it. So a lot of ice between 0.25 inches, 0.5 inches of ice, and 1 to 2 inches on the back end. Yeah, thank you for the clarification. I saw it. Okay, so I think oh wait, can I like do an actual poll? Actually, I think I can. Do you guys know how to vote in polls? Okay, 1 second. Hold up. We're gonna do a poll. Like I forgot I have this. I'm sorry for people on YouTube, but I don't think you'll be able to vote on it. But I'm gonna make a poll. So I actually just want to like see what everyone's gonna say. So 1 second. Standard. Okay. Snow days should happen. Okay. I just want to like actually quantify it because I saw the yeses, I saw some no's. I'm just curious what we end up with. Okay. And I think it's going. Okay, it's out for 3 minutes. Let me know if you can. I think it just popped up in one of the corners. If someone knows where it popped up, it has like a little, I see it on my like dashboard. So go vote in that. Yes for snow days, no for no snow days. I won't judge you too hard for what you choose, just a little bit. Okay, here we go. How much snow for Hampton, Virginia? Okay, the poll is in the left corner, guys. Thank you for that. Hampton, Virginia right now, we're expecting a decent amount of snow. However, I'm worried about a transfer over to sleet or freezing rain, which could really eat away your snow totals. Right now, I'd put you, I'm really cautious of issuing snowfall forecasts out here just because of the rapid change in the forecast for just this corner of the area that's going to have warm air advection on the east side of the low pressure. 6 to 10 inches, so I think is a decent one. Jersey, New Jersey, Jersey City. What is that? Jersey City? Yeah, Jersey City. Right now, expecting this is kind of similar setup. If you get sleet, it's going to be a lot less. But right now, I'll put you in a 10 to 15 inches of snow. With the chance, if we switch over too early, that could go way lower. So, keep that in mind. That's like your most likely, but there's a chance where you lose out. It's going to be really close. How bad will it be in Springfield, Massachusetts? A lot of snow. We're talking about between 15 and 20 inches of snow. Do you have a time frame on when it will get to Kentucky? Yes, we got live radar, or not live radar, excuse me, future radar going up. Western Kentucky, expecting it to get there tomorrow afternoon by noontime, and it's going to rapidly overspread Kentucky. There's like 2 waves, so there's like this first wave here. You can notice over like central United States. So this is now Saturday afternoon, and it basically engulfs Kentucky, and then round 2, where like it phases it together, it's going to go all the way through Sunday night. We'll show this for a little bit too, so you guys can see some timing and how this is going to develop. So you can notice how there's like a little bit of a gap between like the storm. That's because it's not fully phasing until right there. Now it's fully phased. Now it's getting a lot stronger, a lot higher snowfall rates as well. How much for Pittsburgh? Expecting between 8 to 12 inches of snow. A little bit lower than what the National Weather Service is, but I'm being a little conservative on their forecast. How much Philly is getting snow? Please answer. Yes, Ria, I will please answer the forecast question. Right now I'm switching between 10 and 15 inches of snow with a asterisk next to it. If it switches over to sleet, I think it's going to be a lot less, unfortunately. But 10 to 15 if you stay snow. That's fingers crossed you stay snow, but you got to keep an eye on it. How much snow is going to get for Connecticut? Expecting between 15 and 20 inches of snow there. Dalton, Georgia. Expect major icing there, Chris. Major icing. Be prepared for icing as well. Also, don't spam chat. Don't spam chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Over 30,000. 30,000 likes, and we are. Wait, what? Okay, the poll just ended, and the results were everyone said snow day. Wow, that's really surprising. Is that even true? I guess so. Oh yeah, it was 19 votes. 19 people voted. So people who really wanted snow days. Thank you guys for voting in the poll. Amarillo, Texas, expecting between 5 to 8 inches of snow. It is a core memory. I really like snow days. Snowmageddon in Pennsylvania back in 2016. I think that was 2016. Jeez, how was that 10 years ago? That's scary. 2016 is 10 years ago. Gosh, I'm getting old. Is New York getting snow? Oh yeah, a lot of snow. Here you go. Future forecast for New York. Almost the entire state is likely to see over a foot of snow. How much snow is Chicago getting? Really not going to get involved in this storm. Expecting between, I think, moderate amount of snow is possible. This is also from lake effect, so keep that in mind. 3 to 5 inches of snow. Oswego, Illinois. Is that south central? I know you're somewhere. Where are you? It's like my favorite time. It's like I'm just scrolling through. Please don't spam chat, guys. Got two spammers in chat right now. Please don't spam chat. It's not even that like crazy in chat. You don't have to spam. I'll get to it eventually. Well, anyways, I can just get a general forecast for Illinois. Northern Illinois, not too much, but central Illinois, 3 to 5. South Illinois, expecting 8 to 12 inches of snow. Greensburg, pretty close to my hometown, expecting between 8 to 12 inches of snow there. Pretty solid forecast on that. You're going to be pretty far away from that ice line, snow line. Woodbridge, Virginia. It's supposed to be between 8 and 12 inches of snow. However, the caveat, if you switch over to ice or freezing rain, I guess this is ice or sleet, then you can have issues with that. You could have issues where it would eat away your snow totals. Wilmington, Delaware. Another area I'm concerned about possibly switching over to sleet. Right now, the best guess is between 8 and 12 inches of snow. In which it could be changed based on your warm air advection in front of the low pressure. So be prepared for both, but don't get your hopes up too much. Why is Boston not higher? Boston says possibly 12. So these are pretty conservative amounts, and right now Boston's saying 17 on my dashboard here. I would put Boston between 15 and 20 inches of snow. Tulsa, Oklahoma, between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Fort Worth, Texas, going to see a major icing event that's basically starting right now. I can pop on live radar here, and you can see we already have icing starting to happen. Snow in Oklahoma City. If anyone's on the, you want to get off the roads here very soon. We got snow already outstretching. We're going to knock this off. We got snow up here, and then you got icing, at least ice or sleet happening right here. Someone said, howdy, just ran in central Texas for now. Temps are still pretty warm. Yeah, we got cold air starting to drive its way. It's going to be setting up that icing event. So don't be lulled into a false sense of security. The event is just starting. The party is just beginning. That's why this is going to become an icing event, is because you have the cold air at the surface. Remember, cold air is denser than warm air. At the surface, it's going to kick up that warm air into the higher column of the atmosphere. That's going to cause the rain to fall, and then oops, it's now 27 degrees at the surface, and you're going to get massive issues. It's not going to be good, and that's going to be happening for millions of people, unfortunately. One of the worst ice storms in the past 5 to 10 years. It's just going to be extremely difficult, and possibly power outages just everywhere. Oops, let's drop the MSLP. This is a little complicated. Boston, 15 to 20 inches of snow. Pittsburgh, 8 to 12. Just did Fort Worth, Texas. That's going to be icing a threat. 0.5 inches of ice with a chance of 1 to 2 inches of snow on the back end of the storm. Erie, Pennsylvania. Actually, the area of Pennsylvania is predicted for like the lowest amount of snow, between 5 and 10 inches of snow in Erie. At least derived from the storm. I'm not really counting lake effect. People freaking out about 2 feet of snow. Is 2 feet of snow? Where are you from where 2 feet of snow isn't like a lot of snow? If you're like by Buffalo, then that makes sense. But Harrisburg is between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Springfield, Ohio, I'll also put you in 10 to 15 inches of snow. Yeah, that's a forecast out there for Central Texas. That's Aum Pandy. I don't even know how to say your name. Sorry, on YouTube. Bowling Green, Kentucky, it's in between 8 and 12 inches of snow. Rhode Island, expecting between 12 and 18 inches of snow. Western New York, another huge area, 10 to 15 inches of snow. Western North Carolina, be ready for a major icing event in Western North Carolina, especially if you're nearby Jackson or Memphis. Nashville, even Murfreesboro, all this area in that red. This is ice forecast, extremely dangerous ice forecast. Also, if you haven't been here for a while, I'm going to talk about the catastrophic icing, +1 inch. I mean, you just saw that 1.4 inches of ice projected. That is insane. Crazy amount of ice, extremely dangerous amount of ice. That'll knock out power and kill many trees. It is just going to be very bad. I can't really express what it's going to look like. It's going to look kind of apocalyptic out of this region. Much snow for East Tennessee, above Knoxville. I think you're going to be mostly icing, unfortunately. Not going to be too much snow. I mean, yeah, like 1 to 2 inches or so max, unfortunately. Sorry. Atlanta, Georgia, now underneath an ice storm warning. Prepare for impactful ice. Greenville, South Carolina, prepare for impactful ice. You can see we've really uptrended in ice chances in northern Georgia. You can see even sinking as far south as, okay, it was Macon. So Macon could see some ice now. So don't be caught off guard with slippery roads. Jasper, Indiana, expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. Indianapolis expecting between 7 and 11 inches of snow. Dallas, Texas expecting 0.5 inches of ice. Oof. Not good in Dallas. Vincent says, thanks for the info. Of course, Vincent, stay safe out there, guys. Again, you don't have much time for preparing, but please be ready to go. I guess be ready to stay at home is what I should be saying. Wilmington, North Carolina, icing event coming very soon here tomorrow night. Pittsburgh, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Georgia, northern Georgia, major icing event shaping up to happen. And in southern Georgia, actually has a tornado risk for Sunday. So tornado risk, icing event. Tornado risk, icing event. Can you believe that? That's just insane. Not to add to the chaos, but yes, we do have a tornado risk. So what happened in Texas? It hasn't happened yet, but it's just starting right now. This is an icing threat coming in. How many inches in Cape May County, New Jersey? Right now, New Jersey is in a weird spot where you could see icing or snow, or you're probably gonna start snow, but you could switch over to icing or mixed precipitation. So if you stay snow the entire time, we're talking about more than a foot. If we switch over, I'm thinking 8 to 12 inches. How many inches of snow for Memphis? Not a lot. Mostly an icing event there. Mostly icing, unfortunately. What is this app called? Well, right now we're not on an app. But if you want to, the best weather app. What do you mean this app? This is my own. Let's try and post a link right now. Oh wait, that's okay. There we go. Let's see if this posts. Okay, there we go. So use that link, guys, to get to this app here. That shows you like future models, current radar. It's really good. So copy and paste that link into your browser. Let's see if I can pin it. I don't think I can, but yeah, I can't, unfortunately. All right. Northern Virginia, fluffy snow. Yeah, I think we're starting off snow. I think Northern Virginia has a chance of switching over to, unfortunately, ice. How much snow, or how much in Nashville? I was just expecting mostly an icing event in Nashville right now. 0.25 to 0.5 inches of ice. Chesapeake, Virginia, always get mixed info for the area. Chesapeake, Virginia, right now, you're going to start off as snow, probably get near 6 inches of snow, and then you could switch over into freezing rain or mix. So you should be prepared for all of those possibilities there. Okay, cool. Yes, we are really close to 150 new followers, guys. Join the Rainy Day Weather family. Also, if you do me a favor, the TikTok algorithm is a little bit slow right now, so if you could tap as fast as you can and like the stream, that also gives you a better chance of getting your question answered. I can see a little badge next to your name if you've been liking the stream. Like if you like it a lot, you get a little badge, then I can see your comment better. Also, if you follow, you get a little badge next to your name as well. Appreciate that. The only reason I ask that is it helps support the algorithm. It helps me battle the algorithm, as I say. Battling the algorithm is the hardest thing as a content creator. So I really appreciate it. So only is ice storm going to happen in Texas. There's going to be some back end snowfall in Texas, but the main concern in Texas is icing. Thank you guys for this follows and likes. Appreciate that. South Carolina should be prepared for an icing event. Interior South Carolina, here we go. Greenville, Columbia, both underneath areas. Ice storm warnings. Charlotte of North Carolina. Talking about widespread power outages. Look at this. Atlanta is uptrending for icing now. All of Atlanta is seeing greater than 0.25 inches of ice. Very, very tricky situation developing there. Someone screamed, Boston! Please, 15 to 20 inches of snow. 48 hours away. I thought it was supposed to hit Friday night. Friday night? Well, it's actually hitting right now. So, well, it's starting. I should say hitting. I can show you guys. Would you like to see the storm beginning? This is just the beginning. This event is going to last all the way until Monday. So, you can see there is our first storm. I guess it's a really bad color to use. There you go. That's it. That's like the baby storm. It's got some snow up in this region right here. And then a mix and freezing rain in this region. We have cold air that's beginning to surge to the south here. So cold air is going like this, and it's going to set up shop to cause our freezing rain event in this corridor here, and it's also setting up shop in our eastern side as well. Your screen says 48 hours away. Oh my gosh, I forgot the scroller. Oh my gosh, how have I gone that entire time without realizing that? I do apologize. 1 second. Let me change that. Oopsies. I guess it is less than 40 hours away. Oopsies. Ask your questions. Oops. Okay. Alright, thank you for letting me know that. It should be updated now. Tell me no school. Oh, apparently the mayor came out and said there is always going to be school because of online. Yeah, unfortunately my gifting is you know, I might restart the stream to fix that. Give me 1 second. Okay. You guys mind if I restart the TikTok? I might, because I'm when you say no, if you just follow, because then you can come back. Sorry, it's just I don't know why it's being stupid. Do apologize. Okay, cool. Let me restart then, guys. 10 seconds. 10 seconds before I restart the stream, just so you can follow, so you can come back. Yeah, it will work. It's stupid. I know it will work, but all right. 5, 4. Yeah, we are just restarting the stream, guys. 3, 2, 1. Gracias. Okay. Uno más. YouTube's still on here. Okay. I don't know. I think I want to say it's a scroll bar, but I have no idea. It's so annoying. How are my friends in YouTube doing? I see we have 4 viewers there right now. Let me get the YouTube link up too. We're back, guys. We're back. What the heck am I doing? Oh yeah, I wanted to go here. And is there like a link I can share? Oh, maybe no. Yes, maybe so. Whenever like I join my own stream, can you hear it? Probably wouldn't be good, right? Okay, well, let the TikTok work up. What's up, W4NNI? How's it going? Sorry for the black screen real quick, guys. Oh, you might just have heard myself again. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're good. Sorry for the quick delay there, guys. Yeah, it's just TikTok's being a little stupid. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, I was just gonna send this into this stream chat. Oops, I accidentally open Xbox. Ignore that. All right, cool. Unless you guys want to watch me like play a game, but I assume you wouldn't like that. We're back. Yes, we are back. Okay, welcome back, guys. Is it coming down? Yes, it's already. The event's already starting. Right here. Should we take a look at some live traffic cams? Yeah, it's working now. Thank you, driver. Appreciate that for the Go Popular. No school Monday near Philly? Possibly. If we switch over to freezing rain or sleet, I mean, I think either way. What's the minimum Philly could get? I think at least 6 inches. Someone said, no, wait, answer me. You'd get a more likely chance of your question getting answered if you just put your actual question. Is there any snow possible in Charlotte, North Carolina? Please tell me. Charlotte, North Carolina has a major icing threat, which honestly has a bigger chance of canceling your school. So yes, here's your icing threat for Charlotte. You have a 0.5 inch projected icing threat. What's the high end for Philadelphia? 16 inches of snow, but you have to stay snow the entire time. There is a chance you don't stay snow the entire time. You think Missouri is going to get hit the good? Yeah, I mean, if you look at the latest models here, especially southern Missouri, look at these amounts. Springfield, between 8 and 15 inches of snow. So a pretty wide range, like 10 and 15 inches of snow. It snowed at the beach in exactly 1 year ago. Yeah, I know it's crazy. This kind of time period in January, late January, seems to always muster up something crazy, right? Also, oh my gosh, why? It banned me for no reason. I don't know what I said that banned me, but it just banned me from gifting again. I'll appeal it. It's gonna get approved, but then it's gonna do it again. I don't really know what's going on. If anyone has any insight to what I just said that got me banned from gifting, I appreciate that, but I honestly have no idea. Is there a chance Charlotte, North Carolina will get any snow at all? I mean, not really, unfortunately. Current website name is, oh yeah, National Weather Service Precipitation Portal. I don't know why that was taking me a second to think about. Here is a link to the app I'm currently using. Oops. This is, did that get sent? I think it did. So this I just sent a link in for what I'm doing here. This is live radar, by the way. I'll switch over to model radar for future. There we go. Beautiful. All right, Nashville, major icing event coming in, 0.5 inches expected. Long Island. So Long Island's in a tricky spot where I think you're going to get over a foot of snow if you stay snow the entire time. However, the latest models have been indicating possible sleeting on top of that. So you could get like a foot, or like plus 8 inches of snow, and then you might switch over. You didn't get the link? Let me know if you guys see this link. I just sent it. Okay. I can't say link. Okay, this is TikTok rules. Okay, I just sent it. The TikTok link just went in. All right, answering some more questions to stay focused here. Central New Jersey expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. Western North Carolina expecting a major icing event. Lexington to Kentucky expecting between 10 and 15 inches of snow. South Carolina, major icing event. Depending where you are, interior South Carolina, how bad it will get for Kentucky. Pretty major snowfall event there. Central Pennsylvania, just an incredible snowfall event expecting between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Northern Louisiana, one of the worst areas for catastrophic icing, over a half inch of ice, very much likely in Shreveport, in Monroe, and in Alexandria. You should be ready to be trapped in your house for possibly days and lose power. Time is extremely low for any last second preparations. Precipitation is starting already to your west. No link. Oh my gosh. Weather front. Okay, there we go. If you didn't, oh my gosh. What is wrong with this? Sorry. Me. Oh my gosh. I wonder what setting is on where I can't say put links in. 1 second, guys. I'm like looking through the settings right now. Oh, okay. What the heck? I don't even know what's going on. I'm just... Okay, I'll look at it later. Whatever. All right, let's answer some more questions. This is so silly. I really should not have changed that. Okay, cool. Okay. What is Philadelphia getting? Mostly snowfall. Could be transferring over into sleet. Okay, what the heck? How much snow is New Jersey going to get? North New Jersey, expecting a good amount of snow there, 10 to 15 inches of snow. Is it true, 11 to 15 inches in New York? Yes, except, Tom, now there is a scenario in which you shift away from snowfall and you turn it into sleet. That would really cut it down. So put a little asterisk next to the 11 to 15. There is a chance where it'll be a little bit, a decent amount less just because of the chance of seeing sleet. Let's see here. There we go. You can get a Boston overview. Yeah, of course. So snowfall is going to start in Boston Sunday afternoon. Expecting between 15 and 20 inches of snow in Boston. A huge amount of snow coming to the region. That one's pretty confident. Will San Angelo get snow? A little bit of snow on the back end, mostly icing. Missouri, southern Missouri, in the jackpot for snowfall. Do upstate New York? I just followed. Of course, upstate New York, just absolutely crazy amount of snow. Expecting between 10 and, actually, I'll bump you up, expecting between 8 foot and 18 inches of snowfall in upstate New York. Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. Say yes in chat if you're a snow fan. Also, join the Rainy Day Weather family for more updates. Again, I'll be tracking this live throughout this entire process, also making more posts. And I got a really good question. Someone asked me, what location are you most worried about? A really great question. And we're actually going to switch from snow to ice. The major catastrophic icing event that's shaping up to happen in northern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, and western North Carolina, and southeast Arkansas for that matter, is going to be extremely bad. And the main reason for that, over an inch of ice, over half an inch of ice is classified as catastrophic by the National Weather Service. As you can see, we are way over half an inch of ice. So we're talking about major power outages and also major vegetation loss, major tree branches down, trees down. I mean, trees uprooted because they are so heavy due to the amount of ice. It will look like a Category 1 or 2 hurricane came through this purple path. You see this purple path? That's how much damage is coming. The red is also considerable. So if you're anywhere in the red area, that's icing plus 0.25 inches of snow, or excuse me, 0.25 inches of ice. That means there is enough ice to cause at least moderate to widespread power outages for you. So please be weather aware. That's for all of Texas, by the way. Same question for Texas. So all of Texas, other than the Panhandle is mainly going to stay snow, is expected to see freezing rain. How did you get the map on your TT? I don't know what TT stands for, Richard. You mean TikTok? I've never heard it called TikTok, honestly. Website name, this is a National Weather Service precipitation portal. Tennessee, also a major icing event, especially down towards southwest, and Nashville, expecting over half an inch of ice. Murfreesboro, Memphis, I mean, very, very many areas with a lot of ice here. New Jersey, expecting a lot of snow. New Jersey with a potential for ice. I mean, look at this. This is pretty much brand new because of a chance for warm air to really slide up the eastern United States on the east side of the low pressure. So southern New Jersey has a chance of going into ice if they stay out of the ice. That's why you have a higher chance. You can see where that ice snow line goes. So right now, best guess is about 10 inches of snow in southern New Jersey, then switching over into ice. So you can see how of a mess that's going to be. And then northern New Jersey, expecting high end snowfall between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Guys, we are 3 followers away from our next follower milestone. Come join the Rainy Day Weather family. Also increases your odds of getting your question answered. What about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? An area that's really on that border between icing and snowfall. Current best guess is between 8 and 12 inches of snow with a backdoor icing threat. Little Rock, about to see one of the most impactful icing events in the region there. You're going to get some ice, you're going to get some snow. It's going to be a smorgasbord of precipitation. Expect both of them and at least isolated to widespread power outages. Upstate New York, between 15 and 20 inches of snow. Central Pennsylvania, very similar, 12 to 18 inches of snow. What does the yellow mean? That's so this bright yellow means plus 6 inches. This darker yellow means plus 8 inches, and this orange means plus 12 inches. Great question. Weatherford, Oklahoma, between 8 and 12 inches of snow. West of Atlanta, now underneath an ice storm warning. Expect power outages. Sushi has arrived. Welcome to the stream, Sushi. School is killing me. Rest in pepperonis. I guess it's a busy time. My sleep schedule has been completely flipped on its head. That's fine. I mean, it's a really big deal here. Really big winter storm. Philadelphia, PA, snow and ice totals. Yes, so right now, snow totals, I'm putting in between 8 and 12 inches of snow, and also putting in between 0.0, or 0.1 and 0.25 inches of ice. Pretty nasty combo for Philadelphia. What's orange? Plus 12 inches of snow. How much for Louisville? Expecting between 10 and 15 inches of snow in Louisville. And Bardstown, same thing, 10 to 15. Cleveland, talking about 8 to 12. What is the super light blue means 0.1. The next one's 1. The next one's 2. The next one's 3. How much snow into just Tennessee? Generally, not a lot. Unless you're in the northwest corner of Tennessee, it's mostly gonna be an icing threat. Atlanta, underneath an ice storm warning, expects widespread power outages in the region. That's been really uptrending of lately. Long Island, expecting a lot of snow there, possibly transition to ice or mix, putting you between 8 and 12 inches of snow. How much for Albuquerque, New Mexico? Great question. Right now, like at the valley of Albuquerque, about 1 inch of snow, but just east of you, plus 6 inches of snow. Kansas City, putting you between 4 and 8 inches of snow. Central Ohio, 8 to 12. Chesterfield, Missouri. Where are you? Can you give me direction? North, south, central. That one's definitely gonna get lost. Sorry. Also live on YouTube. That might be why I'm getting banned from gifting. If you say YouTube, maybe. I have no idea. I still don't know. Wait 1 second, guys. I'm getting a call from my significant other. Okay, we're good. She's just checking in. Ladies are calling. Yes. Yes. We got the update and we're good. Now we're back on the job. Move the cursor a little bit right. Okay, yeah, like someone's like directing where to move my cursor. It's kind of funny. All right, it's getting warm in my room. How much snow for northeast Arkansas? I mean, Jonesboro, you're right on that ice snow line. I put you between 7 and 10 inches of snow. Philly, 8 to 12 with a isolated chance of freezing rain. North Carolina, freezing rain across the board, extreme freezing rain threat. North Frederick County, Maryland, and it's supposed to change to ice. Please, yes, it is supposed to change to ice after you get between 8 and 12 inches of snow. So it's gonna be a really it's gonna be miserable out there, right? Just keep in mind, if you get that 8 to 12 inches of snow, if it does start freezing rain, it will obviously start to eat away at your snowfall, but it will coat the roads, it'll coat everything, it'll cause power outages. So honestly, it's like the worst type of snow because you get the 8 to 12 inches of snow, and then you get freezing rain, so you never get to enjoy the snow. The snow just turns into a glacier. Just think about it. So you got freezing rain, so it's still like 27 degrees at the surface. It snowed for a couple of hours at least, and then the rain seeps into the snow, so the snow compacts, and then it gets colder, so then it just becomes a block of ice on the ground. That sounds miserable. I'm in Arkansas. We're getting hit hard, yes. I mean, look at icing threat in the south and snow threat in the north. Cincinnati between 8. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, a little bit higher than that. Put you 10 to 15. Pittsburgh 8 to 12. Oh wow, they've kind of bumped them up a little bit. I'm still putting 8 to 12 on Pittsburgh. A little bit more conservative on my hometown. I know the Pittsburgh snow curse, so I'm keeping that in mind for my Pittsburgh forecast. Northeast PA, I'm expecting between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Oklahoma City, another area, but putting you between 11 and 16 inches of snow. San Antonio, 1 to 2 inches of snow and up to a half an inch of ice. Lawton, Oklahoma, expecting between 5 to 8 inches of snow and maybe a glaze of ice. The good news for your region is you're really downtrend in a threat for ice. Core threat is now snowfall. I do really appreciate your guys' questions, you guys being here. Thank you so much. Oh no, we were at like 35,000 likes. Now we've really gone down. So if you guys can help me out, let's see if we can get to 10,000 likes real quick. If you wouldn't mind help me battling the TikTok algorithm, that'd be amazing. I also just realized I closed out my YouTube chat. I do apologize if there's been questions. Okay, there wasn't any questions. I'm live on YouTube. There's only like 3 viewers over there. So if you're getting a little crowded in here, like there's not enough space for you to breathe, now feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel. Same handle, by the way. Western Pennsylvania, expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. St. Louis, Missouri, expecting between 7 and 10 inches of snow. Memphis, a high-impact ice storm coming to your region. Could see plus 0.5 inches of ice. Very bad ice. New Jersey. So northern New Jersey, more likely to stay all snow. Southern Virginia might switch over to freezing rain. So it's in between 8 and 12 inches of snow generally. And the northern portions, more 10 to 15. Extreme North Georgia, ready for an icing event. You've uptrended in ice threat. Be prepared for that. Some of these isolated areas in North Georgia could see beyond 0.5 inches of ice. That would be very, very bad. We're starting to work our way into higher ice totals. We're just getting a refresh because these do update every hour. So I'm getting a refresh for your guys' forecast. These update with the models. I don't see anything noticeably different on the models, and this one might not have changed. Okay, Nashville expects Nashville's starting to uptrend in ice too. 0.5 inches of ice, very possible within the region. My lamp is leaning to the side. It's kind of bothering me. Okay, there we go. Sorry for the quick pause. El Dorado, Arkansas. Where are we at? El Dorado. Oh, El Dorado expects high impact icing event. You should be ready for losing power for possibly a couple days. Fort Worth, Texas, another similar area where you're going to get a decent amount of ice, plus 0.25 inches of ice. Could lose power outages in those regions. Southern New Jersey, expect ice building up in the region, and also expect snowfall in southern New Jersey. So it's going to be snow first and then possibly a transition over into ice. If you transition over into ice, we're talking about probably 8 to 12 inches of snow, then ice. If you stay snow the entire time, we kind of missed the mark with the models, which would be nice because you don't want ice at all. We're talking about 10 to 15 inches of ice. Or not ice, snow. You can tell it's getting late for me. We might wrap this up here soon. So I might do a rainy day weather. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do overtime. This is something I've been doing of lately. So right now I'm running 2 streams. I'm running TikTok and YouTube. I'm going to do a few more. I'm going to do last call on TikTok, and then I'm going to do 10-minute overtime on YouTube. So if you haven't got your question answered yet, but you still want your question answered, I will be going onto YouTube here. I'm just going to time in 5 minutes. Oops, that's on RDW YouTube. Okay. So we are going to call a rainy day weather last call on TikTok, and then because I like to slowly scale back the stream, then we're going to head over to YouTube for an overtime. So hopefully you guys are fine with that. Oh, I don't have my ticker activated. Oops. There we go. Okay, cool. Now let's do this, guys. Okay. Sorry, I thought I lost you for a second. Everything went away. San Antonio, expecting icing event there. Icing, not good. We're talking about between 0.1 and 0.3 inches of ice. How will Salt Lake City be affected by the storm? Zero. Zilcho. You really need snow out there too. It's just not been good. How about Virginia? Northern Virginia. I think you're going to start off as snow for a decent amount of snow, then switch over to possibly the ice. Yeah, any advice for Dayton, Ohio? Get alcohol. Get alcohol before tomorrow evening or afternoon. Anyone else have any good advice? Oh, wait, I did this question on Facebook. Question for everyone. What is your go-to snowed-in winter storm snack? What is your go-to snack? Someone said whiskey acquired. I'm curious, what's everyone's go-to snack? Or it could be drink, but I'm curious what everyone's favorite snack is during the winter storm. Like you go to the store and like, I'm going to be trapped for a few days. What do I need? North Carolina, major icing event coming in. Marysville, Ohio, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Will Dallas have snow? Only a little bit on the back end, mostly icing. Tuckerton, New Jersey, 8 to 12. Where can we follow the storm updates? You can follow here, and you also can follow the National Weather Service. Great words by Cool Cats. It's going to get very cold during this event and after the event, too. Please bring in your pets, guys. Okay, no one really answered my question. Thank you for answering the question, Duffer. Cookie dough with chocolate chips. Oh, like actual cookie dough? That is nice. I saw a lot of people say chili on Facebook. When does it start? It's starting right now. So if we switch over to our live radar, look at this. We have already the icing, some icing starting to happen here. It's kind of mostly sleet right now. I don't think it's cold enough at the surface, but then you have snow to the north. What's happening though is we have a very cold air mass that's driving that cold air at the surface down to set up our icing event all the way across the country. Any kind of ramen noodles? That's honestly fair. Okay. Cheetos and ice cream. Okay. All right, guys, that was going to be the final wrap-up. I'm going to end with my final thoughts as we look at the warning map. Actually, let's switch over to the actual warning map here. It's a shame us in Texas just have to get ice and no snow. The snow makes it fun. Yeah, I know. The ice is just no fun whatsoever. So I'm going to leave you with this closing thoughts, guys. Again, we are now moving into overtime, so I'll be switching over to YouTube on my page for a 15 to 10 minute overtime as I wrap up the stream. This is Weatherfront. I actually have a link for you if you'd like. Okay. Let's see. Let me know. Can someone say yes if they saw the link? I just posted it. This is in TikTok. Storm hitting air. Florida's going to be 80 degrees. No? Oh my gosh. Why is it not posting? That's so weird. Post it in the YouTube chat. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't allow me to... Oh, I didn't realize I had my own stream. You guys can't hear me twice, right? I have my own stream up. I didn't realize that. Oh, I should just pin this. Okay. There we go. Oops, we lost the we lost the thing. Okay, so last closing thoughts as we head into rainy day weather overtime. This is the map of all the winter weather alerts ongoing across the nation. If you are within pink, that is a winter storm warning. You're either getting a lot of snow or impactful ice across this area. Now, we also have, this is our winter storm warnings. You may notice are areas that I'm mostly concerned about, like the highest end impacts. We have ice warnings. Ice warnings for these areas right here, including major areas like Charlotte. We can even move in a little bit. Charlotte, Knoxville, Columbia, just near Memphis, Tupelo, Florence. Saw a lot of people asking about Florence. You're in a high impact ice zone. Could lose power for a few days there. Clarksdale, Greenville, Monroe, Shreveport, Alexandria, Tyler, Lufkin. All your areas are underneath an icing warning. Also keep in mind that we have they still have winter weather watches out for this area. I think they're keeping an eye on if that icing threat drives further south than currently expected. So we have that. You need to be, I mean, the event's already starting kind of in this region, but if you're over the east, you need to be prepared by tomorrow morning at the latest for the Midwest, and tomorrow afternoon into evening in the Northeast. A very, very dangerous storm. Lots of snow, some ice, a lot of ice in these warning areas. Please, guys, do not travel during this. You're going to get trapped. There's no reason to risk your life in this type of scenario, guys. So take it slow. Don't go out. Enjoy your time. Also, pick the people you spend the time with, because it might be a significant amount of time depending on where you are riding out the storm in. You don't want to be with people who don't like riding out the storm. And last message for TikTok. Again, we are going into overtime. So what that means is I'm going onto YouTube now to do a kind of 10 more minutes of answering questions. So if you're sitting here and still haven't got your question answered, sorry. I am currently studying abroad in Madrid, and it's currently 2:30 a.m. So I'm starting to wane a bit, but I'm going to answer last minute questions. So if you really want a question, number one, hit that like button, because I'm going to continue to post updates. You're going to be live during the storm. And then secondly, number two, head over onto YouTube. It's the same handle. If you look up rainy day weather or rainy day weather snowstorm, be the first one for the same logo as well. The deep blue next to me, that is cold air warning, and the pink is winter storm warning. So this is your last call to go over, follow, and join in. Thank you so much for the support over the stream. We'll see you tomorrow to track live traffic cameras, live on-person report cameras, and join the Discord. Come over and join the overtime party on YouTube right now. Good night, everyone. You have 10 seconds before I end the stream. Follow for more updates. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. All right, let me answer your question on YouTube while we're saying goodbye to TikTok. We're having a pre-Blizzard party watching you. There's 16 people. Okay, that's so fun. Online half-tech support. Well, as long as you guys are ready to spend some time together. Fairfax, Virginia. Yeah, get ready for some snow. So I think Fairfax is going to start snow. 8 to 12 inches of snow drops. And then you might switch to either sleet or freezing rain, which would not be too good there, which will increase the odds of power outages. All right, good night, everyone on TikTok. I'll see you over on our overtime after party on YouTube. Good night. All right, now we got all the cool people in chat. Okay, we've ended the TikTok stream. Just close out of that. That's great. And now we are all on YouTube together. What's up? How's it going, guys? Again, I've been doing this just to, I'm trying to grow the YouTube, so over time it's kind of like a fun little thing. And also I just want the opportunity for people who really want their question answered, like desperately, to give them like an opportunity, because usually this is quiet enough where I can answer everyone's question and then wrap it up. So let me go through these questions now. If you guys have questions, Fairfax, we want snow. I'll see what I can do. Pre-Blizzard party gang. I'm so excited. Trust me, I am so jealous as a Pennsylvania native, as someone who would be in state college if I didn't study abroad. But, you know, studying abroad is an amazing experience so far. State college is about to get the biggest snowstorm in like 10 years, so it hurts me a little inside. I was actually thinking about flying back because it hurt me so much inside to miss out the storm. So have fun with it. Just stay safe, and that's the big thing I have to say. Other questions. Charlotte, North Carolina should be prepared for a major icing event. You currently have an ice storm warning out for your region. Expect power outages. That's not too fun, is it? In the region, possibly travel impossible for a few days, and losing power for a few days as well. You don't have to spam. There's only 12 people in the YouTube overtime group chat. Overtime. Woo, welcome. Yes, of course. Appreciate you guys being here. Here's kind of like a last call to. I'm going to refresh the MBM. The MBM was a little bit more aggressive than I wanted to show, so that's why I didn't show it, but I can kind of show you guys this for fun. This is all the models blended together for best guess in snow. It actually has backed off a bit. So earlier, the previous model for Oklahoma City, it was showing like 30 inches of snow for Oklahoma City, which I just didn't think was reasonable. You can see this was a model run ago, and that's 30 inches of snow over Oklahoma City. With the next run after that, it dropped by 8 inches. So it's still saying 24 inches for Oklahoma City. It's still a lot, but it's not much as 30. So it's pretty crazy. 80 feet of snow for Fairfax, I heard. Charlotte, North Carolina is it going to have snow? Mostly ice, unfortunately. Sorry. Just not cold air and not enough cold air aloft in the air there. In the air there. Yep. Here you can see something fun. So here is the highest possible snowfall for your region. If you're curious, this is the 95th percentile snowfall. So for example, Oklahoma City has a 95% or a 5% chance of seeing more than 40 inches of snow. These are kind of ridiculous. Like Pittsburgh, 19 inches of snow. New York City, 24 inches of snow. See, if someone was saying rage bait and clickbait. If I wanted a rage bait, I'd just shove this map, honestly. And clickbait. Because this is literally clickbait. Like, showing people this map. Because it's never going to happen. It has a 5% chance of happening. Here's a freezing rain clickbait, if you like. You can see Dallas would just be gone. Everyone would lose power in Dallas. Everyone would lose power in Wichita Falls. Everyone would lose power in southern and northern Louisiana. I mean, the crazy thing is that we are going to have over an inch of ice. I mean, that I don't think people understand how impressive and dangerous this is. We'll see those power outages just shoot through the roof very quickly once this begins. All right, guys. Let's see if I have any more questions for everyone. I fully expect Texas to lose power or lose it. Our hardware stores ran out of generators. Yeah, I mean, the big thing, Texas is not the state to see the most ice, at least currently forecasted. But the big thing is the vulnerability of the power grid there. Due to the extremely cold environment that's coming behind the ice storm, ice hurts the infrastructure, of course, and then you're on your own for power grid. And then number three, you have very cold temperatures. So then everyone's going to be using their heat, or some people are not going to have heat because their power's out. Now you're talking about dangerous cold, because how are people going to warm themselves? That's why Texas, honestly, Mississippi has shifted to my state at the most worst impacts, at least gut feeling. Texas is definitely up there because of the vulnerability of the entire state. So it is concerning. It reminds me of 2021 where you got an ice storm and then swoop in with very cold air just right after. It's an interesting setup. AKA we cooked, yeah. I'll be checking the live cameras, live reports as well. Let's see if there's any. I guess we can check for ground truth as like a last little fun thing. We check for. Well, I'll hop over to my radar here, and then we could look for traffic cameras. So it looks like it's starting to snow in like Oklahoma. Oh, we have a large area or a large discussion area. Can I click on that? Oh wait, that's what I circled. I'm a little goofy. Oh gosh, it's getting a little late. Yeah, at least 2021 had snow. Yeah, it's just mostly ice. There's a tiny bit of snow that's probably gonna wrap around. The back end, but it's not going to be like a lot, unfortunately. All right, how have I been blocked from accessing the traffic cameras? How am I banned from accessing the traffic cameras? What does that even mean? I mean, I'm like out of the country, but like, what? No way. Like I'm blocked from actually accessing the traffic cameras. There's no way. Okay, this is like the last thing I want to do is I want to see, unless anyone has any other questions, I want to see if it's snowing, but I can't access the traffic cameras. That's really weird. Your action just performed trigger security solutions. Okay, so it thinks I'm attacking the website. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think this would be an issue, honestly. I don't have a VPN installed on my computer right now, so I guess we could look at Texas's live traffic cameras. There's some snow going on in there. Really need to like create a folder for all my traffic camera websites. That's like on my list of things to do. I can DM you a Nord login on Discord real quick. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's okay. I'll figure it out before the next live stream next though. Can I get like a map? Data and maps. Reference map. Oh my gosh, these websites are like made by people who do not care about like user experience whatsoever. I swear, like all the traffic camera websites. The best one though is Arkansas. Arkansas has the best traffic camera website by far. Okay, here we go. Now we're on. We're in business. Let's see. Does anyone spot some traffic cameras? Come on. Come on. Hello. We got a sign. Hello. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Let me see if I can reference it. I think it might be too far north. It says there's light snow happening in I-40 right now. We can take a look. Can anyone tell if it's snowing there or not? I'm trying to. Okay, it kind of looks like it's snowing. I can't really tell. I'm trying to make it larger. That's what she said. Watch for ice on something. Oh, it kind of. I don't know. It's really hard to tell if that's snow or just the side. See, they refresh it. If I see like someone driving, it'll be easier. There's some state with cams on their snowplows with hilarious names. Yeah, I've seen that before. Minnesota is also a really good state with like the snowplow cams. It's so crazy to see them all out there, like hundreds of snowplows. Yeah, I also think it's snow. I'm just waiting for a refresh of the camera. You think with all this infrastructure, we'd have like cameras that actually like be live, not like take a picture every 5 minutes. Of course not. Let's see if there's anywhere else that might have a live traffic camera nearby. I guess we could go up to like. Well, this looks like it's right in the battle zone. Possibly freezing rain here. What do we got? What do we got? We got traffic slowing down in Wichita Falls. I guess it does say it's freezing rain. We'll see here. Oh, that's snow. That's 100% snow, isn't that? Okay, I open link in new tab. Open image. What? This is definitely snow, right? I'm not like going crazy. Or is the road just so brine it looks like snow? I cannot tell. I think I'm going crazy. Why would you? I think it's snow. Enhance. Zoom. Enhance. Yeah, that's definitely snow. I think. I don't. It's either snow or a lot of brine. You ain't shipping that snow. Okay, cool. It is like I'm getting like mush brain. Oh yeah, you're right. Look at. I don't know. Because if you look at this one, I think we're just going crazy. It says traffic slow. Looks cold there. Oh yeah, that's definitely snow. What am I talking about? You can see it on the edge. Right there. Alright, well the event is starting. It's either snow or sleet, I think. The traffic's really slow here. What's going on? Any cameras? No. Hopefully you guys are just enjoying this wild goose chase around the state. What Gainesville? We got anything over here? No cameras. Denison. Oops. I don't know where we just got teleported. Where we get teleported to? We got teleported to Paris. This is funny. Okay. Anywhere else? I guess Abilene's also reporting snow right now. Oops, we got teleported again. Can we stop getting teleported? Okay. Last place I want to check. That looks like rain to me. At least at the surface. Maybe like sleet that's melting. Interesting. Yeah, the roads are definitely wet here. I'm just going to check the quick observations and see what temperature it is there. Temperature. Whoa, it says it's 27 degrees at the surface there, so that could be freezing rain, actually. Yikes, that's not good. And it's rapidly getting colder there, too. I mean, if you look at the current temperatures, I'll show you. Look how the cold air is just seeping to the south. with time. That's really interesting. It is really cold at the surface. I didn't realize how really cold this polar air is. I mean, like single digits. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's cold. This is why it's going to be freezing rain. Because, right, we just saw on the live traffic camera in Abilene where it's currently sitting at the surface now, 27 degrees, but it's still raining. So we got warm air in the upper atmosphere, and you get this cold air that's driving at the surface. So, I think you probably look at the current models. I mean, it's gonna be 20 degrees at the surface with still rain. That's just insane. That is crazy. And yes, you have that cold air in place already. That's gonna sink south all across here and provide our devastating ice. Well, there you go. Mission accomplished. I think that's where we're probably going to call it at night. Get some rest. Oops, I just closed that out. Well, actually, it's fine. All right, guys. Any last questions before I wrap it up? Thank you so much for going into rainy day weather overtime. I'm going to go to sleep until like probably 1 p.m. my time and then get ready to live stream again. Any other questions? Yeah, you guys have a good night too. Stay safe, okay? What time is it in New York City? It's getting nighttime. It's like 9 o'clock. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, I appreciate thank you for being here all the time. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, have a lovely evening and stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.